Hey guys, so I just completed the official second week of Project Momentum. So yeah, that was full full day training week again. By the looks of it, as I previously mentioned, and now I found out, I'm not sure yet, but by the looks of what they're saying on the website, that's how it's looking. Um, Throughout the 8 weeks, we'll be doing the same exercises for the first 4 weeks. So another 2 weeks on these exercises I'm doing now with progression, and then I'll be moving to different variations for the next 4 weeks after that, and then I think week number 9 will be the testing week. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. In terms of training, nothing too exciting. I mean, since I've started this project, even the initial week with the testing and everything, since I came back from Paris, things have been feeling really off. Still left training. I look forward to every session, but I've been like really off. I don't know, just being sick, lack of sleep, really busy schedule outside of the gym. But I've just been really focusing on getting my form on point, just lifting, just taking what's there on the day and really auto-regulating and just applying the RPE well. And I was able to have a pretty successful week in terms of volume. I did not repeat the first few days of the week one where I was unable to complete the sets under RP. Well, I was eventually, but with lows that were very off my top single. So I kept the single more conservative this week, kept it around an 8, and then I was able to hit all my backup volumes on pretty much every single day. In terms of new movements, those are the ones I've been able to really increase the load on every time because I start extremely light. I start with the ball for everything. So all the assistant isolation, whatever you want to call it, more of assistant works because more of assisting movements. Sorry, because they're not isolating movements. They're actually compound movements, not isolation. I've been able to increase them. So the push press, the lunges, the white grip bench, and the rows. I've been hitting PRs on those because they're new movements, and I've been increasing them every time. I've been able to increase my beltless low bar squat, the 2 count pause, and the deadlift went a little down this week in terms of RP. I kept the squat the same. The deadlift drops in significantly. I had to drop it by 15 kilos, and I've actually been hitting the same weight for every single bench variation for an RPA, which has been 80 kilos. So things have definitely been quite heavy, or at least feeling heavy. But I've understood that you know things happen, and I just gotta, yeah, I guess just deal with it. Life goes on. This is my passion and my hobby, but I'm not letting it consume me or whatnot. And when I have low times, I know that good times are around the corner. I always get this little period of time in my training where things don't necessarily feel good, and that's why when I start changing things. But I'm following a program, so I'm going to stick to it, follow it to the dot, complete it, max out at the end of it, see what progress I made, see where I stand, and then from there, I'm actually going to follow my individualized version of this as Mike Touche generally advises to take the program he offers for free, as in the programs he has in the articles on the website, and Project Momentum as a really great learning tool and something to learn from and base our own program on. So I've already started building my own variation of this program alongside. I'm just building as I go along, kind of figure out what I keep from it and what I modify, so on and so forth. So yeah, still 6 weeks to go, and then we will max. I'm actually checking now when the program started, because I am forgetting. So today is the second, if I'm not, the 3rd of March. So we had 2 initial weeks, like I previously mentioned, to kind of get us in the groove of things. Then I've completed week 2, and then there's gonna be 3, 4. So 4 weeks, and then 5th, 6th, 7 and 8 will be the changing movements, so the rotations is going to be for week each, as I said, the blocks. And then on week 9, just got a few days where we come in, we just hit a heavy single, just do a bit of a deload, and then competition day at the end. So some really exciting stuff. So what else? I guess one of the really good things right now is for I'd say many weeks, if not a few months now, I've been able to keep my weight steady. I'm sure I've mentioned that already, but I've been able to maintain my weight between 65 and 66. Generally in the morning it's actually below 66, so anything between 65 and 65 point something. So that's been really good. Been happy about that. So I'll be already await for a competition. Additionally, even though obviously I've been auto-regulating and I haven't necessarily been hitting anywhere close to my maxes, not that I'm supposed to, as I hit RP 8 heaviest on the single, so that's always like around 90 to 95%. I've been really positive about my form. Squat, bench, and deadlift feel really good. I've just, decided to come in. I know that my form is solid. I just stick with it and I just lift, and then simple as that. And that's been working really well. Obviously, I've been a little bit disappointed about the weights I've been hitting, but I am applying auto-regulation like I'm asked. I'm hitting my RPs. That's what matters. I'm very fatigued, but I know it'll pay off at the end of the program, and I'm sure I'll be hitting PRs. And worst case scenario anyway, I'm super positive, so I'll be building from that. So yeah, I'm excited to complete the program, see where it takes me. I'm planning to compete on the weekend of the 12th, I think 12th to the 14th of May or something, so maybe 13th to 14th, let me check that. Yeah, so I'll, as a 66, I'll probably be competing on the Saturday 13th. So that's my plan. They've offered to extend our peak for if we have competitions, so that's what I'm hoping to do. Hoping to talk directly with them and they can extend my peak. If not, I will max out, and then I will do a mini peak myself just to get ready for competition. But this is something I'm going to figure out a bit later on. So yeah, right now I'm just coming in every day, getting the work done. I know it's important, even if I'm not feeling too good. Obviously, been a few weeks that, since the start, it's been filling up. It's been a little worse lately because of life outside the gym. It's been pretty brutal in terms of schedule and how busy I am, and I'm tired and the lack of sleep. But no excuses. I don't like to use excuses. I just come in, I do my best, and then I just complete the sessions and then hit all the volume. Just go home, eat up, try to rest as much as I can if I can, and then that's it. So yeah, I've been really enjoying this. I'm also already excited to undertake the individualized version of this program that I'm currently creating. I received the program for the next week, once a week on the Saturday. So as that goes, I take notes and I take care of all the percentages and not for back-offs. And at the end of the week, if that's worked really well, that's what I implement for the planned program. So that is it. That's how I do it. I've changed a few movements, but other than that, it's a pretty similar program that I'm going to be following. Just a higher frequency deadlift replacing the assistant work. So that should be interesting. So I'm creating that on a weekly basis, and we'll just see how it works out when I actually do it. Yep. So as I always say, if you have any question regarding pretty much anything, you can ask it in the comments below. If you'd like to see something different, said it before, this is only for personal purposes. To look back at my footage, see how my form is. Been really happy with that lately, as I said anyways. But to kind of keep track of my training and then be able to look back at it in a few years and see, oh, I was training that way years ago, that was really bad, or that was really good, or whatnot. Although I feel that I would never say that an RTS program is very bad to follow anyways. But yeah, I pretty much do this for myself, but I am very open-minded, and I'd love to provide you with some footage or videos of like something else that you'd see. I can take you through a whole day of eating. For example, I'd have to plan that to so you can kind of see where I get my 3,100 calories. I could do a vlog. I could cover a specific topic that you have if it's for a specific movement, my mobility work, my warm-ups, so on and so forth. I know my following is tiny. I think it's like 10 of you following me. Not that my goal is to have more followers, but my few followers are more than welcome to kind of let me know if you'd like to see something else. So yeah, that's done on the topic. That's pretty much done for the week. Much better than the first week, obviously. Keeping my head high, being positive as I always am. Keeping the full clean, just doing the best I can every time I come in. Next time I put the footage up will be in about a week, and then from there I'll discuss as always like how that week went, maybe see what subject I decide to talk about, but this week that's pretty much it. I mean, the final thing that I could discuss is something that I've heard Joey Flex, that I recently watched his video, and he was talking about, and that's something I really have no issue with, but a lot of people do. Even if you don't train for strength, is finding it hard to motivate yourself to go to the gym. And there's just so many people that train in there with me. They're always like, it's hard for me to come. I'm not consistent. Why not? And I kind of always try to tell them, try to find something that you love, that you're passionate about, or movements that you like. I'm following the RTS program to the dot, but I love powerlifting. I love squat, bench, and deadlift. So I know I'm going to stick to this. I know I'm going to be consistent, even when times are tough. Things for me at the moment, it looks fine on footage, but in terms of numbers and how I feel, it's definitely not up there, but I'm still enjoying training as much as ever. I look forward to every session, and I'm just really excited to train and have this opportunity to be able to train being healthy, injury free, and just progressing at whatever rate I'm able to progress, because if I take a step back, I realize that there is quite a bit of volume, and then technically a lot of these movements, a lot of these reps, a lot of these sets are PRs, even though my singles are not necessarily as heavy as it could be. I'm getting the work done, and I'm performing pretty well, and my form is good. Probably the best it's ever been on all movements, even with heavier loads. So that's really what I've been putting focus on lately, is just focusing on form, but keeping it simple. Just lift, stay tight, and just to stay away from injury, and just progress with the form that I've learned to progress efficiently with. Now I just think it's worrying about completing the reps, the set, just following the program, seeing what happens when I test, and then kind of moving on to the individualized version of it when all is done. So anyways, yep, that's it for this week, guys. I'll talk to you next week. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to discuss, or if there's some kind of new footage that you want to see. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the footage as always, and you take care until next time. Bye bye.